How is everyone doing today? It is Josh coming at you with another reaction here today. We got some new. We got a video from Garnt, or Gigguk. It just came out. He got these Spring Anime 2025 in a nutshell. He does these videos every single season, and this is just the next one on the docket. They're always fun. He just goes over not everything, but pretty close to everything that matters in a season, and he makes little funny jokes or has a very meaningful message about what's happening in the show. Very helpful shows for video series to watch if you want to just figure out what the hell to watch for a season. I think Garnt is a pretty good advocate for good shows and saying bad shows are bad. So he's pretty he's got a good opinion on stuff in my mind. So these are always fun videos to watch. So we are going to do that today, and you're going to sit around and watch me watch him watching anime. Watch. So if you like this content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and go to my Patreon if you want to see more like this in the future. And with all that being said, let's get into it.
This spring is either going to go down in history as one of the most exciting seasons of anime in a long time, or will be forgotten in the annals of time as the season of lost potential. Normally, when you look at the anime coming out, you see stuff like high-profile, critically acclaimed,
so far I didn't see any
probably going to slap
big things
to another highly beloved anime.
There's a few.
This one's going to be popular. Yet this spring we are largely heading into the unknown. New anime originals from fresh and also decorated creators of the past.
That's usually a spring thing, though. I've noticed spring is usually the completely new IP season.
Or die on a whimper. So screw the memes.
So not super different. I love that he's always done this same intro song for fucking almost 10 years now.
Yes, it's spring 2025, and you know what that means? That's right, it's been one entire year since spring 2024. Oh, you already knew that?
Oh. Is that how that works? Only a year? Huh. Oh shit. Oh shit! They're just going!
Hi, Dad? I think I'm pregnant. In lieu of pure disrespect, we have Calvin
what the hell?
Romance, having the goal to put generic in its title, giving a bad name to the shit we see every season that actually deserve that title. A romance series set in Hong Kong,
obviously.
Kowloon walled city, capturing the era of 80s and 90s golden age so perfectly.
Yeah, this animation style is really interesting in this. Oh, what?
Every single goddamn frame of this show oozes atmosphere, transporting you back to a time you yearn to relive again.
Yeah, this looks like something that's from like maybe the 80s or 90s, but
this gives you
done with a sort of more modern style,
recommended to you at 2 a.m. and getting
but also not like back and forth. So weird.
We finally have a romance, not in high school, not with some immature kids.
Oh,
there's a sci-fi mystery aspect that leads me to believe there's more going on behind the scenes. And you know what? This isn't even the only anime this season with immaculate vibes. Because what could be more immaculate than the end of humanity itself? Damn, that got dark. Yes, it's another anime original coming from Cygames Pictures, and I think I've learned to have a soft spot for cheerful, comfy stories set in a desolate, post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah,
at this point,
this was kind of like
is more comfy than it seems.
Trains the End of the World or whatever.
Combining upbeat stories
looks
with this
similar to this kind of a vibe.
I can't help but gravitate towards every time, like a moth flying towards
or whatever it was called last year. Oh, like me, didn't like their CG on that robot, but that's okay.
Feelings you got from watching Girls Last Tour, give this one a go. This is the Nintendo store.
Well, we're watching this one, so y'all already know about this. Stupid ass joke. Pretty accurate.
Not just a handful of sequels this season, like more Windbreaker, a boy shows about boys being boys doing boy things like fighting, punching each other, forming manly brotherhoods with each other. Why are all the girls watching this? Shoshimin is continuing, Aharen along with Sentai Daishikaku. Hopefully this season can capitalize on its premise and not drag us through another 7 exams we don't care about.
Yeah, that what he said.
Final season. I never finished the first
I hated
one,
the end of that arc. It was just really not great.
But that's if the later seasons don't take me out of some of the insane action scenes it's capable of by shoving a boatload of Tamaki's ass in my face every time I'm just slightly immersed.
Yeah, don't worry. They haven't done that yet, right?
And that's a big if. Oh my
Right,
god,
guys?
is that cdawgva? Oh my god, is that cdawgva? Oh my god, is that cdawgva? This one just came out of nowhere.
Wait, how? Who's gonna win? 100 Sea Dog VAs or the gorilla?
Conan this time,
But he
which
is the
I'd
gorilla,
never
isn't
heard
he?
of before. But god damn if this didn't turn out to be some of the best animation on offer this season. Studio Wit continue to prove they are just the master chef with everything they touch, because this is on a whole nother level for remakes of old school anime, even with some of the great ones we've had recently. My Hero Academia is also here with a darker, grittier spin-off series that has so far
What's a
impressed me as
spin-off?
much as the mainline show. It's interesting to see a
Oh.
street level perspective of the
Interesting.
Hero Academia world, following characters who don't have flashy city leveling powers still find a way to take down these supervillains. You got your friendly neighborhood Slider-Man, some idol wannabe whose quirk is to bounce. Crazy stuff. And the most powerful hero of all.
Yeah. Man.
There's the guy whose
Holy
only quirk
shit.
is the 2 massive balls he wakes up with every morning to take on these super villains without having any powers. It's only man's. So,
Okay.
Did you hear about what's going on? Not really, I don't follow the news. So yeah, well, America's putting up tariffs. Yeah, on Canada and
Yep.
Mexico. Wait, I was wrong. It's every country.
What?
It's only 10% though.
What are we doing?
But they're gonna wait 90 days. Except China's getting a special tariff.
Oh shit.
It's 104%. Wait, no, that was a lie. It's 245%. It's always nice to see
Okay.
like
All right,
Japanese
we're done with the
one of
joke.
most liked top
Thank
series
you.
this season. Coming from the author of Sket Dance, we have Which Watch, but with which watch do we watch which watch with? I don't know where I'm going with this. Girl comes back from witch school and has to choose
You and me
her
both, brother.
familiar, a being that will permanently become her manslave, protecting her, serving her, listening to her every whim. If this was an isekai, we'd call this
Oh
slavery
god,
in
what's up with the
cursive,
truck?
and she's chosen her
Why'd we
childhood
CG
friend,
it?
But unfortunately for him, this is the person he's serving.
God damn it.
Yep, she's one of those.
That's
This is
it.
the
I
type
knew
of
they were
girl
gonna bring that
who stared at
back.
a bottle of orange juice because it said concentrate. But it's the chemistry between the two leads that makes these opening episodes work so well. For the 5 of you that still remember Aho Girl, this is that with more magic and less domestic violence. Lazarus. If there was one show I was excited for before the season started, this one was my pick. It's some dystopian future
this
where
looks
all of humanity has
cool.
got addicted to some
Oh, right,
miracle
this is
drug
the,
that easily accessible and affordable
the
with
sequel
no
to-
apparent drawbacks except
Or
for
like side story to
one.
like
Best
Ava or
revealed by the
something?
drugs
Or
creator,
no.
Dr.
Wasn't it?
Skinner,
I can't
that
remember.
anyone who's taken the drug will
It's in the
die
same universe as some other show, but I
approximately
can't
3
remember.
years after they
But I heard
first
this is supposed to be
take
really
it.
good.
The world falls into chaos, panic ensues, and the Dow Jones drops to the lowest it's ever been in years. Oh, you wacky sci-fi story.
これがアメリカンジョークです。
And so a ragtag team is formed to catch him in what looks to be an old-school action sci-fi.
Can't stop help with all these political
You
jokes
got
in a day.
Shinichiro Watanabe, Cowboy
Can't blame
Bebop,
him.
Samurai Champloo, one of the most goated directors this medium has seen. And you
There we
pair
go.
him with Chad Stiletzky, John Wick's Chad Stiletzky for the action choreography, with Studio Mappa bringing their best, and this should be a recipe for success. Visually, it's absolutely top dollar. The music is bebop-esque with a modern twist. The world looks so vibrant and
Ooh.
alive with an early 2000s vibe we haven't seen for so long. On paper and with the names behind
Okay,
it,
shit,
this is
maybe
a
I should watch
show
Lazarus
really
with you guys.
want to like. But
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't know, guys. Something just feels
Oh.
off.
Well, we're here to save the world.
What are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
We're like the Avengers or something.
Oh shit, guys, I was bloody joking. The right team is trying so hard to be cool. Really hard. Maybe a bit too hard, because it sometimes reaches awkward sounding dialogue or even Marvel level quips. It never quite reaches the natural charm and chemistry when you watch something like Cowboy Bebop. I mean, just take the main
Interesting.
character. He's like Spike. He can do everything that Spike does, except with more backflipping. He can fight like Spike with more backflipping. He can run like Spike with more backflipping. Motherfucker graduated from
I
the Leon Kennedy
see.
School of Necessary Backflipping.
He just flew away, like a bird that was let out of its cage.
Did the bird do a flip on the way out? I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt now because it's still doing so many other things right. It's early days, so we'll know soon if it'll fall flat on its face or will it fly away Like a bird.
He's gonna jump onto the
Back
bird and
to
grab
out
it.
of its cage.
Oh,
On
shit.
this episode of What in the Actual Goon, an anime where a girl
Yep.
can loop back in time every time she takes off her underwear. Now,
What?
I'm no stranger to anime logic. I can get behind degeneracy. I can get behind wacky concepts. But you're telling me a silent classroom full of people is not going to notice a guy standing up in eye shot of everyone and walking over to the most popular girl in class only to get on his knees and play around with her underwear while she violently moans. Motherfucker, I couldn't get a coffee in class without
What?
getting a snarky comment from the teacher. Meanwhile, bro is up there putting his foot halfway up the stairway to heaven, and not a single person is pointing this out.
What?
Gigguk, it's just a dumb ecchi show. Why are you
What?
thinking this? No, this is still a story based on rules we have to abide by.
What the
I
hell?
can't suspend my disbelief to this. My dick would never forgive me again. We may be degenerates. We may watch shows that appeal to the lowest common denominator, but that doesn't mean we can't goon with standard. Wait, hold on. Crunchyroll actually have the uncensored version on their site?
Oh, what?
Okay, hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
$4.16, pervert.
$4.16. Pervert! What do you call it, pervert?
It's written on the bill.
You know what? Forget degenerates, Isekai, and fantasy fans. You know who's eating real good this
Ooh.
season? Slice of life fans. We got Eurocamp, except they become fat fucks because this food looks delicious. The Eurocamp funded by the Yamanashi Prefecture, coming from the author of... Oh, there's some anime girl who finds an expensive hobby traveling around Japan in what I can assume is the most elaborate tax write-off for the mangaka making it. Wait a minute, this is just abroad in Japan, adorable blue-haired anime girl edition. A ninja and an
shit.
assassin under one roof.
Just
For a
Brad, you looking
Japan
cute
IAM
today.
comedy, this somehow has way better animation than most traditional action shows this season. You know, this spring we just have so
Okay.
much to pick from, and yet even out
there's
of
so many
all
shows
of
these days.
there is one anime that I think has more potential
Ooh.
above all others, and it isn't even technically
What is
an
this?
anime.
Oh.
To Be Hero X is the latest high-profile series coming from
China.
and holy hell, did they come here to play? It's been a while since I've been so genuinely awestruck.
This is
at the
cool.
production
This is
value
like
of
jumping between a
animated
lot of different
series.
animation
Okay, that's
styles.
actually a lie. Since Arcane recently shattered
Yeah.
that bar before it, but I did not think it would be so soon till I saw something that could even compete. And To Be Hero X is getting pretty damn close. We got
Ooh.
China's version of Tiger and Bunny with a world of hyper-commercial
Okay, I
superheroes.
liked
Yes,
Tiger and Bunny
you can
quite a
tell
bit.
This looks very similar to Arcane to the point where I had to double check it wasn't by the same studio. But they are just completely flexible
Whoa.
by switching up styles on a whim with
Yeah, I know
multiple
that. I've been
animation
noticing
studios working
that.
on this,
Like,
giving
look at
potential
that.
for some of the coolest animated sequences I've seen in a very long time. 3D, 2D, all of it blends together.
Okay,
in a
this
way
is
that hasn't
sick.
been attempted
What the
since.
hell? Yeah, well,
This could
well.
be as much of a stylistic choice as it is a narrative one, and if the trailers are of any indication, there's even more switch-ups to come. This is not an
this is
anthology of
sick.
stories. This feels like an anthology of animation and a celebration of everything kick-ass. No, this isn't technically an anime, but as an anime fan, nothing is getting me more pumped this season than To Be Hero X. Hey yo, watching the crack? Okay guys, remember last time when I freaked out trying to convince you guys that idol anime and band anime are totally different
Oh
things?
God, here we
Well, I
go.
think I finally realized the massive difference that makes these two genres totally unique. You see,
Uh huh. She's going ham.
I like this music. It feels like we've entered a new era of band anime since
Fair
there seems
enough.
to be at least one great one coming out every season, and this one looks to be joining the best of them. Music aside, what could be more fun than a bunch of uppity pret school or jaw summers politely speaking to each other in uppercase before shredding it on the guitar and getting really, really, really
Sweaty.
concerningly wet while doing so
Yeah,
as a sign
calm
of their
down.
totally platonic friendship. No Hoyoverse. This was just a bloody fun show, and I don't know how they can make it any better. Oh! There's a bird! And she's flying out of the cage!
Do a backflip.
Oh my god, when's she gonna do a backflip? I don't know what bloody horse Uma Musume fans sacrificed to the gacha gods, but this franchise has now somehow become one of the must-watch
it's still
sports anime.
going?
For those unaware, you come in thinking of watching a cash grab of some gacha
God
game
damn.
adaptation, and then
I
the
watched only the
results seem
first
like
season of the
this.
show, and it was actually really good. Holy shit, they're going ham.
One of the few
What?
companies that have used their
Dude, they're going crazy with the animation now.
With their studio pumping out the highest quality adaptations.
Okay, I need to get
of
caught
all
up on
their
this.
IPs, while also funding exciting anime originals like Apocalypse Hotel. Congratulations, Uma Musume players. You are no longer filthy gacha gamers like the rest of us. Be proud. You have ascended to investors.
Oh,
Oh! New season of Mushoku Tensei coming in! Wait, hold on a second.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What the hell? The beginning
What
after
the
end.
hell?
Now, this is a webtoon anime with a story that I've been told rivals Mushoku Tensei's, and well, The only thing coming close to an end is my hope that this is going to get a good adaptation. You know,
Oh,
I get a feel
no.
for the beginning after the end fans. If this is the final product they waited for, I can only imagine the first draft of the screenplay went something along the lines of,
in the beginning, in the beginning,
What?
in the beginning,
What on earth?
in the beginning, yeah, in the beginning.
well, now that Gura's graduated, there's got to be
that?
some way to get weebs into baseball, and what better way than a cute, smug anime girl who will tease you at every baseball game?
Oh, I remember seeing the stuff of this.
700円
Suddenly I'm
Fuck
interested. I know
no.
baseball is Japan's pastime and all, but I'm more of a football guy myself.
They said no head. That was a
Yeah, this
lie.
one wasn't great. And then we get to Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, another fantasy
Oh,
anime, except
God.
the main character is an older guy now. Look, at least anime is self-aware enough now to know that the audience that grew up watching Sword Art Online 12 years ago are now no longer teenagers. But do they think we're so cheap, so unchanged from
Yeah.
our younger selves that we'd fall for the same
Yeah.
power fantasy show, except this time they
Yeah.
just aged up the protagonist
yeah,
to be
no.
this really
Now we
chill
would.
and mature guy who's actually super modest and trying to get by in life, unaware how powerful he is, but still never overestimating himself, preaching respect and self-improvement, humbling cocky teenagers who end up admiring
Okay,
him.
as
and
long as
listening
it's
to
not
him,
as annoying
because he has
as
aura, but because he has
the show from
wisdom
last
and
year,
life
where they had the
experience
older guy
and
that was
really like
so
But hey, we're not that
unable
old
to know
yet,
how
guys.
good he
We're still
was,
hip
but he
with
was
the
overpowered
kids.
as hell. He's what was it
Look,
called?
look, guys,
He had like the
that
big black
chicken
greatsword.
jockey.
I'm sorry.
Keeping on theme with the amount
That
of
really
nostalgic
took me
shows,
out of
we've
it,
got an
Garnt.
anime that looks like it
That's
jumps
what we're
right out of
doing?
Late 2000s visual novel adaptation.
That's the joke?
Yes, if you couldn't tell, this is key. Yes, if you couldn't tell, this is Jun Maeda. Yes, if you couldn't tell, it's probably going to tear your heart to shreds. But the real question is, how is it going to stack up against... Birds! They got birds! But wait, where's the cage they're escaping from? Not even a single backflip? I changed my mind, guys. This is probably going to be...
Yeah,
a
that's
mess.
worthless.
Next
Oh,
up,
that's that
Gundam
show.
G-
Okay, I saw that scene pop up.
GQX.
なんて読むんだ
Turn A Gundam.
G-Cux?
Yeah.
Giggux? Gundam?
X
Yeah, let's go with that. Now, this is the highest profile new Gundam series to be released in a while, and while I've seen my fair share of Gundams, my editor, who is an OG Gundam fan and far better equipped to talk about this than me, has given me his statement he would like me to read on whether you should
Okay.
be watching this or not, from a true Gundam fan.
Okay.
Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quax is a collaborative production from Sunrise and Studio Kara. The
Okay.
project marks the first credited work Hideaki Anno has contributed to the franchise since Char's counterattack in 1980.
Oh my god!
Wow. Oh.
It's got girls! Cute girls!
Set in an
Aw.
alternative Universal
Okay.
Century timeline, G-Quax presents a scenario in which Char Aznavour joins the Xeon raid on Side 7 in 0079. A setting like this runs the risk of alienating new fans in the same way UC itself
could see
does,
that being
but
a
also
problem.
for the UC purists that don't like the change.
Ah, hey, look at them.
Look at that,
Aw.
that's so cute. Oh god, they're adorable. I actually feel as though in diverging so heavily from the original story, it may make it easier
Yeah.
for new fans to pick up without prior context.
I get
And
it.
As for myself, I'm thoroughly enjoying
could be pretty good.
G-Quax, but I do find myself
Gundam's pretty-
having many
pretty cool
issues
series
with
sometimes.
most of the mechanical designs as they
Oh, just leave it at the
This is
karaoke
peak-
booth.
this
That's
is
gonna be
peak
so
anime
expensive
right
when you wake
here.
up, guys.
We've exhausted all other isekai ideas that there's only one place left it can possibly go.
Yes,
Remember when
I
said
fucking
the
love
other
Command
isekai
and
that started
Conquer.
by death from Overworld was getting a little depressing?
Tim Curry, you
Well,
legend.
How about this? We got another overworked salaryman. Okay, nothing new to see here, but this time he has a family and he finds out his wife is cheating on him. But wait, that's not all. Turns out his daughter is not actually his real daughter, and if his day wasn't bad enough already, he gets framed for embezzling money from his company. His wife tells him he's pathetic, his daughter tells him she doesn't love him, gets fired, divorced, loses custody, is forced to pay child support and the 50 million yen he got framed for embezzling, and then
Ah, just another Tuesday, huh?
after all this, he gets cancer.
What the fuck?
Oh man, we didn't know how good we had it when Truck-kun was about. What's the name of this anime? Can a boy-girl friendship survive?
Hmm.
絶交しよう
No.
This one's
Fuck.
an interesting concept. On her 17th birthday, an apprentice witch gets told she is cursed and has a year left to live. That is, unless she is able
Whoa.
to collect 1,000 tears of joy from people, which will not only save her life, but also grant her immortality. And so she goes on a personal journey to help strangers and bring some genuine happiness to people's
Aw.
lives. Damn, isn't this nice? Isn't this
sounds
a
nice.
good series? No. Small
Oh,
brain.
what?
Amateur shit. Let's break this
Oh.
down. You need to average at least 2.7 tears per day,
Yeah.
or you are going to die.
I was gonna
is
say that
multiple
means a
tears
lot.
per day. Going around solving random people's problems is probably the dumbest fucking thing you can do in this situation.
Damn.
Think, girl, think. You can mainly focus on just one person at a time. Each problem can take maybe days or even more to solve, and at the end of it all, you don't even have a guaranteed success rate if the fucker doesn't want to cry. So, here's our approach.
This is how you do it.
Step
Yeah.
one,
No,
get an
no.
apartment right next to a hospital. Extra points for a hospital that specializes in life-saving surgeries or delivering newborns. This will give
No,
you
no,
a
no,
way
no,
to
no, no,
passively
no, no,
farm
no.
that shit when you got nothing going on. Step 2.
I'll wait for
become
his
a
idea,
wedding
but I got my
officiant.
idea.
Weddings are just prime farming spots for people crying out of
Yeah.
tears of joy, and being an officiant means you only have to commit an hour while possibly hitting up multiple weddings a day.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the most emotional wedding, you should have at least an 80% success rate on the bride, groom, and their parents. But if that still sounds like too much work, don't worry. We have the nuclear option. Are you ready? Attend
Yeah, I was
one
gonna say,
single
I was gonna
Taylor
say,
Swift
this is what I was gonna
concert, and
say.
you will reach
Get a
your
fucking
cap in a single
concert
song with
of
tears
people with
to spare,
super
I swear to
nostalgic shit
God.
and whatever.
You will be
Yep.
thanking white women for the rest of the
Easiest
immortal
shit
life
ever
you
is to
will
get a
now
concert.
live. But no, ooh, make this grandma cry.
Mhm.
So happy. And finally, coming from
Now,
the king
Garnt's
of
right.
trashy romance
100%.
anime is the Shunji family children. From the same mind that gave us Rent-A-Girlfriend, this is an anime that's a harem romance series about a dude and his 4 stepsisters, 1 blood sister, and a younger brother. And I'm sure hearing this summary, you may laugh, you may snicker to yourself, but I am here in awe, witnessing a man of true talent. Because a project like this is one of pure dedication and determination from a person with something to prove. We can all learn something from Shuinji family. It is infinitely harder to create than to judge. But if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna do anything, what's the point of doing it if you're not going to try to be the best? Even if you're the best at being the worst. If one man's trash is another man's treasure, then this man can turn a trash can into a fully operational waste disposal center.
My
Because
God.
even if you think you've reached your full potential, be that person who can dig deep and know they have more to give. Who can look at his work on Rent-A-Girlfriend and say, no, we must go lower. Who can look at the amount of sisters in Domestic Girlfriend and say, nay, we must go higher. 1 sister, 2
Can we get
sisters,
much
how
higher?
about 5, and a younger brother, because we are not in the end game yet. There is always a higher
Thanos.
summit to climb. So, just remember, family always comes first.
Damn right, Dom
As long as
Toretto.
you don't come in family.
Well, oh, okay. All right. Well, that's one way to put it. God damn it, dude. His videos give you every time. They're so good. Gart's a funny guy. He's just got that right amount of bounce back between really funny moments to really serious moments to really emotional moments and then back to just some random funny joke. It's honestly, it's kind of like a Marvel movie. I mean, it's a weird thing to compare it to, but it's like, you know, they've got very serious fights and stuff going on. They've got the real problems going on, but then they're fine to throw some jokes here and there. The older good Marvel movies, to be clear, not the newer stuff that's well, yeah, they exist. Thanks for making it all the way here to the end, though, guys, if you did. And like, comment, subscribe if you do like this content. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.